Hi, this is Mike Zapsik from a Shared Universe podcast studio, and you're listening to Talking Codswallop podcast.
Hey, it's Taylor from Calling the Shots.
Hey, this is Steve from Calling the Shots.
Hey, what's up? It's Mike from the Pizza Beer Revolution podcast.
Hi, this is Derek D from PBR Podcast and DerekD.com, of course. And you are listening to Talking Codswallop. Talking Codswallop. How you guys doing? This is great. This is the POTUS. It's President of the United States. Donald, you're looking at to wall up the swallowing. That's what you're listening to. It's great. I gotta tell you, the swallow of the wall is great. I love walls. And the cod wallop, it's swallop. Fantastic. You're listening to it. Wallops, cods. Fish, walls, swallows.
Welcome to this week's Talking Codswallop. I'm Gemma.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Owen.
Well, you weren't expecting those voices or names, were you? Where is Andy and James this week, I hear you ask? Well, James's clone needed rebooting again, and as oh my goodness, you'd think that I'd actually prepared this, wouldn't you? As it'll be flawless when you hear the edit. Yes, because Andy is our IT guru, he is very, very kindly sitting there and watching James while he's rebooting. So I got there in the end. So, obviously none of that's true. And, but Jamie and Owen are here today. So that's a lot of fun. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Evening.
How are you both?
I'm good. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm well. I'm a little chilly, but I'm in Manchester, so it's always chilly in Manchester.
Yes, it is. Yeah, definitely. I thought you were in Wales. Why did I think you were in Wales?
I'm from Wales, but I go to work in Manchester, so...
Ah, okay. Because I was like, he's got a bit of a Welsh accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm proud of it as well.
Good for you. I have to say, I do love the Welsh accent, but you probably know that because I'm not shy about it, so...
I used to live in Wales. I love the Welsh accent. It is a beautiful accent.
Yeah. It's just the way it goes up and down, like you're singing while you're speaking. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way the Welsh describe everything good as tidy.
It is tidy.
Do you get really pissed off when people say boil to you?
Yes.
Sorry.
The official phrase is but. All right, but?
Yeah, but.
We do not say boil.
No, I know you don't. No, it's like a very stereotypical thing, isn't it?
It's only Max Boyce says boil.
Yep, exactly. Well, I was going to jump into Codswallop. Has either of you got any Codswallop this week?
I do, yes.
Okay, good. Go for it then, Owen.
And I hope you don't mind, I'm going to swear. Is that all right?
Oh, swear as much as you fucking like. I'd rather not the C word, though, if that's okay. But
oh, yeah.
So,
I know your aversion.
Yeah.
I want to talk about bastards with umbrellas.
Okay.
Now, none of us have met, so you don't really know how tall I am. But I'm 6'7.5".
Oh my goodness!
So I'm lanky.
Okay, and again, the half is important. Everybody.
Hey, absolutely. Michael Jordan is 6'7". I'm 6'7.5".
Oh wow!
That means I'm half an inch better than Michael Jordan at basketball. I think that's how it works.
Yep.
Anyway, so at my height, with you normal sized people, you got your umbrellas. You poke me in the face so often, it just gets annoying.
Yes, I can imagine it does.
I'll be walking down the street and you can't even see my head because you're underneath an umbrella and you just poking me in the face. And it's one of the bugbears of a tall person's life that you short people do not understand.
Do you know, it's really odd because I've never been referred to as short before. I'm 5'11", and, you know, normally I'm the tallest person. Well, not the tallest person, but I am one of the tall people, sort of thing. But yeah, it is quite bizarre to actually be referred to as a short person.
Yeah. Everyone does it. Everyone does it with umbrellas. And in Manchester, it rains a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
So 4 out of 5 days it's raining, and I'm getting hit in the face with umbrellas left, right, and centre.
What a life lead.
It's just so annoying. I can't say anything about it. I can't, turn around and swear at people because I'm not that kind of guy, but I need to vent somehow.
Yes, and this is the platform to do it.
It's the perfect opportunity.
Yeah. Or what would you say to those people then, if you had the opportunity?
Fuck off.
You know what you should do is you should smash their umbrella. Use your hand, because your hand is obviously probably just about high enough, or just take the umbrella off them.
Yeah, hold it above my head so they can't even reach it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't use umbrellas myself. I've just got a normal raincoat with a hood.
Yeah,
that's the way it should be.
Well, I haven't even got an umbrella or a coat. I am a disgrace. I hate, because I do majority of the time I'm sort of driving all the time, but I hate wearing coats when driving because I feel all bulky. So I end up sort of leaving it in the car, and then it's left in the car. And then when it's raining, I'm like, oh, well, at least my coat's nice and dry in the car. And I end up just, it all goes wrong. So in the end, I just decided I'm just not going to bother having a coat.
But you live on the south coast.
It still rains.
Always sunny.
No. Don't believe everything you see on the TV.
It's the English Riviera, isn't it?
It's the Jurassic Coast, definitely. But yeah.
I just get this image of you getting back in the car, soaking wet, and looking at your coat as if to go, this face of regret. I should have warned you.
I definitely had that. Like I said, I literally don't own a coat now, so it just became it became something that was like completely obsolete in my life, because I just kept leaving it in the car. So but yes, I did look at it and with sad face, mascara all running down my face, Is
that from the rain or tears because you filled with that much regret?
Mixture of both, actually. So good one. The umbrellas. I think in general umbrellas should go in there anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah. Although I have got a hat umbrella. That's quite fun. And it's
so have I, but the wife won't let me wear it.
Yeah, I'm not really allowed to wear it either, and it messes up my hair. I'm not really a girly girl, but it kind of messes up my hair in the sense that it literally is so tight to my head, but then my hair kind of folds over it, but not out of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, if I go to get out the drawer, the wife just looks at me holding her wedding ring like, it's coming off, it's going in the bin.
The thing about those hat umbrellas, though, is they're on your head. So they don't extend out like those massive golf umbrellas that extend out like 1.5 meters either side of you. So hat umbrellas, I'm happy with.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just wear them.
The golf umbrella in public, then you are a twat anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that one is definitely going in. Jamie, what's your Codswallop this week?
Well, after 2 days ago, my Codswallop is it was yesterday. See, I work nights, I lose track of days. My Codswallop is bus drivers. Okay. Because they're assholes.
Yes. No more needs to be said.
I won't tell the full story, but basically the driver was a dickhead. I was coming home from work early in the morning, about 10 o'clock, because I had to go to a meeting. The driver decides to go completely off the route, about 10 minutes off the route, and then to turn around and go, bus is out of service, I'm kicking you all off.
Oh.
Yeah. So then I had to walk back to the bus route, to then get on another bus for me to say, well, I got kicked off the bus, here's my ticket. And he went, no, you got to pay again.
No way.
Not a single time did I get an explanation. I only knew I was getting off the last bus because another passenger came upstairs and told us. And then that guy, I was like, I was like, you know what, fuck you. So, being the British man I am, I sent a very stern email to West Midlands Travel.
Dear sirs.
Do you teach your drivers customer service? I was like, fucking bus drivers. This is why I cycle home every day. The one day I had to get a bus and this happens. Fucking fuck.
But at least you have some Codswallop. So, you know.
Yeah, it worked quite well, really.
Yeah. That's quite often what I think, actually, nowadays. Like, when strange things happen or whatever, or something really annoys me, I just think, brilliant material for the podcast.
My Codswallop was going to be about Andy and James from last week's episode, but this blew it out of the water.
Okay, well, you're welcome to have two. It's not a problem.
Last week's episode, Gemma, you dropped one of the greatest jokes I've ever heard in my life, and it got no reaction, and I wasn't happy.
What was the joke that I said?
I believe it was Andy said he was watching a program called Impulse, and you came up with a great line of, is it a program about body spray?
Yeah.
And there was tumbleweeds, and I was like, that was an incredible joke. Come on, guys.
Thank you.
If I was wearing a hat, I would have tipped it. I was like, that is a wonderful joke.
The trouble is, I think James and Andy may be too manly to understand that Impulse is a lady's deodorant.
Yes.
Possibly.
Or they're just too used to me. That's probably more than likely what it is, yeah. Well, thank you, though. But I did enjoy that one. Especially, yeah, quite often though I miss their jokes and stuff like that as well though. But as you can tell from this, I'm quite a giggly person anyway, so I kind of insert the laughter where I should anyway. So, well, it's actually funny that you bring up my co-hosts because one of them is my Codswallop this week.
Great segue.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you've replaced them this week.
And of course, my phone is now ringing, so that's probably being picked up on the audio, so that's good news. Yeah, so James and I had to do a little bit of re-recording because something happened with the audio, so we just had to re-record it. And yeah, basically, as we were chatting away, I happened to reference, you know, the episode that I did with Alex from Thor's Kin podcast.
I was going to say, you have to be very careful when you pronounce that, but yes. Yeah. My glorious leader, yes.
Yes, indeed. Well, I thought that was me. Hold on.
Oh, you're both. Oh. You're both my leaders.
Okay, that's fine. Well, he announced to me, I don't think I overheard that episode. And I was like, so he doesn't even listen to our podcast. So I'm saying this now because I'm half expecting him not to listen to this episode. So James, if you do listen to this episode, I'd like you to bring it up on our future episodes that we record together, please. This is my test.
I like that. That's a good test.
Yeah.
To think of a forfeit if he doesn't that you just get to surprise him with.
Yeah, I'm sure me and Andy can work that out. It's not because I know Andy listens. So. Do both of you listen to The Ramble?
No.
Yes, I do, yes.
You do? Okay. Yeah, because you're on the Ralph Report as well, aren't you?
I am indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
Four-star general.
Oh, me too. And, yeah, so, yeah, James refuses to listen to that podcast, even though it's really great and everything. But yeah, now I found out that he doesn't even bother to listen to ours, so how rude is that?
I'd understand not listening to it normally because he's been there, he's sat through it, he's recorded it. But once he's not on, come on, James, sort your life out, man.
I know.
Is that the idea behind getting me and Jamie on today? Is a little bit of an audition, maybe?
It is about time, maybe, that we have to change the clone.
Yeah.
Because I mean, how many times have we dusted off a new clone for James?
Yeah.
Nearly fooled up.
just like the fire under him a little bit, get him feel a bit hot in his seat.
Yeah.
See if he's got the desire still.
Yeah. Nah. All deep down though, I couldn't get rid of James. He's a part of the family now. But you know, be warned, James. I've got two very good candidates here. we might go from a Morris Minor to a 4-wheel drive. And my other Codswallop this week, I'm assuming not, but did either of you watch Neighbours?
No.
Not since I was about 18.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, Jamie, thank you for the sassiness there.
Sorry. Although I now have got the version of the theme song that I used to sing when I was a kid in my head. Your bum and taste the flavours.
Please feel free to sing it in full.
Okay, I do enough singing on my own podcast. I can't be doing it.
Well, at the moment, anyway, I kind of watch it sort of on and off. But, you know, I'm kind of not really that fussed about it anymore, but it's on, you know. And Denise Van Outen is currently on there.
Really?
Yeah, she is. And oh my God, she is the worst actress in the world. It's like when she's talking, she's like, I'm talking like I'm reading the script right now. There's no feeling in my voice, and my face looks so plastic it can barely move. I think I might have to try and find an audio clip. If I can, I'll put it in somewhere, but well, probably here. But yeah, it is absolutely awful. I've never seen such bad acting in my life.
I'm trying to think what I know her from. I know Denise Van Outen, everyone does, but I can't literally think of a single thing that she's been on.
Did you ever watch Big Breakfast?
That's where I know her from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's all... Oh, has somebody got a helicopter or something in their room?
That's my private jet coming to collect me ready for work in a bit.
Oh, okay, no problem. Yeah, so she is absolutely awful at acting. I don't know what they were thinking, but hopefully the character's leaving soon, so we don't have to watch it anymore. But, you know, still, it's like, oh, I really need to, like I said, I need to find a bit of audio and put it in just so that you can get the real feel of what she's actually like in it. It is so terrible.
Isn't that program Australian?
Yes.
Is she Australian?
No, she's...
Oh, no.
No, she's very much from London in this program. She's come all the way from London to pick up her Australian daughter to take her home, which it sounds like she's actually part of a cult. But anyway.
After that, I think they should just hire you.
Yeah, I think so. I said to my mum the other day, I was like, I could do a much better job than that. I'll be there with my Talking Codswallop t-shirt on.
Putting stickers up all around Ramsey Street.
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely do that. So that's the end of my Codswallop this week.
Well, I can't say I expected anyone's Codswallop to be Denise Van Outen. So there we go.
No, exactly. But it's one of those things that has been really, really frustrating. And it's been getting on my last nerve the last few weeks. So I thought eventually I have to bring it up. I keep forgetting that you two don't really do podcasting. I know you do, Jamie, but I keep thinking like, oh, there's dead air there. Oh, maybe it's because I need to actually speak to encourage the next conversation.
We're letting our glorious leader run her own show.
I know, but I'm so used to not being able to get a word in edgeways because of what Andy's saying. Oh, yeah. So, other reasons that I wanted to bring you guys on was because I wanted Jamie to discuss about your podcast as well, so you could do a bit of promoting of that.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. And, also Owen, to discuss your Pirate Cats comic, which
Yes.
I read last night, by the way.
Oh, excellent.
Yes. So I got the downloaded version. It's 10 pages. Is that correct?
That's just the teaser.
Yeah, the teaser. So yeah, I am kind of sat at the edge of my seat now because I want to know what happens next. So I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to purchase that, but maybe you can tell us in a bit.
Absolutely.
Okay, so which of you would like to go first? Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
This is audio. We can't see the
Audio.
Oh, you spoiled the illusion now.
I'm a gentleman. Owen can go first, as you were just discussing his thing anyway.
Well, thank you, Jamie. Very kind.
Okay.
So yeah, the Pirate Cats. It's a comic book.
It is.
It's an idea that I had probably the best part of 15 years ago now, sat in work chatting to my mates, and I did nothing at all with it. And then I spent 7 months traveling around Canada and America, and I thought, I'm going to write a comic book. And this is what I came up with. It is the story of 3 kittens,
Yep.
J, T, and Z, and their quest to become fully fledged pirate cats. So I've kickstarted 2 issues.
Yeah, and you did really well on those as well, didn't you? You got all of the funding you needed.
Yeah. It was touch and go at times, but we saw it through to the end. And we are in the process of creating what's known as a trade paperback.
Okay.
So instead of doing more single issues, we're doing it all in one go. So come February, possibly into March, we're going to be doing another Kickstarter, trying to raise probably £2,500-3,000 to get the entire trade comic book printed.
Oh, brilliant.
And that's the plan.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where it is. It's an all ages comic. I wrote it because I've got lots of cousins and what have you who struggle with confidence. And I wanted to sort of show them that it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter where you start in life. If you believe in yourself and you put a bit of an effort in, you can achieve anything. And that was the real driver behind the actual comic itself.
Oh, that's fantastic. It's really fun to actually hear first of all, the reasons why people do stuff, but also like the ideas behind it, and who also did the drawing? Is that yourself or?
No, unfortunately, I have absolutely zero talent when it comes to art.
Okay.
So for the first 2 issues, it was a chap I met on Facebook called Andrew Pawley. He has his own comic books and everything, but I basically paid him to design the characters with my input and to draw and do all the inking and the lettering on the first 2 issues. Unfortunately, Andrew's had to sort of drop out of the process, so I've now got another comic book creator called Brian Currington, who is in the States, and she is currently she started about a week ago drawing the first few pages.
Oh wow, it's really cool, isn't it? It's like you can almost say it's an international comic now.
Oh, it is, absolutely, yeah. For the first 2 issues, I sent copies to Canada, America. I had 1 to Australia, a couple to Germany. So it is absolutely international, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
For me, grew up in the South Wales Valleys, not expecting to do a great deal with my life. All of a sudden, I've got a comic book that I'm posting all around the world. It's fantastic.
It is. That's absolutely amazing. It's, that's astounding, really. And where can people find out the sort of information and where can they actually purchase it? Because that is the next question. Because I'm like, well, I need to know if their house is on fire, because I've got to a point where their island's on fire and I can't get any further.
Spoilers, I haven't read it.
Sorry, spoiler alert, yeah.
Well, the easiest way to get hold of me is either on Facebook, which I'm the Pirate Kittens on Facebook.
Okay.
Or Twitter, where I'm at the Pirate Cats. I do have a website, which is thepiratecats.com, but I haven't updated it yet, and that is totally down to me.
Ugh.
Just things getting in the way, not having the time or the energy after work to sit down and do all the various gubbins on the computer to actually update the website.
Yeah, life definitely happens, doesn't it? So
yeah, it gets in the way. Oh, if you are anywhere in the Manchester area, there is a comic book store called the Comic Den in Oldham, and the physical copies are on sale there.
Ah, awesome!
And that's run by a couple of very good friends of mine, Dennis Whittle and Mike Chandler. They're both very good friends of mine, so it's actually on sale in an actual comic book store.
Ah. That is awesome. How far away is Manchester from Birmingham, as I'm going to be there this weekend?
Yeah, you are.
About an hour and a half on the train.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's probably about an hour and a half in the car as well. I'll be driving up, so because I'm that crazy.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I'm sort of going to London this weekend, so if we can sort of meet in the middle, I can throw out the window for the train and you can catch it.
Yeah, I'll catch it on the motorway as it's flying through.
Yeah.
That sounds very safe.
Yeah. Or you could just stick a sticker on it, stick a stamp on it and pop it in the mail to me.
But that's not fun.
It isn't fun, you're right.
Got to have some excitement in your life. I can't sit behind a desk all day and not do something exciting in the evening.
That's a very good point. I did actually sit there at work today and I was like, oh my God. Some days I just think, oh, my life is so boring. My outside of my podcast life, because on this, I can sort of, enjoy myself and be free sort of thing. But yeah, at work, you obviously have to have a bit of professionalism. Which
Sadly,
I try to be professional at work. It doesn't always happen.
No. No. I mean, I'm still cheeky. I still like to tease, especially like the directors. I look at their faces first to see if they've got a face of thunder and then leave them alone if they have. But yeah, if they are sort of in a joyful kind of mood, I like to take them down a peg or two, The
amount of times I go to make jokes, I'm like, no, Jamie, you're at work. Let's not put your sense of humour out there.
People don't need to know my internal monologue. They just don't need to know it.
No.
It is definitely NSFW.
Just to say, after this week, my inner monologue is mostly just that word Gemma hates on repeat.
that and blowing my nose. Which I'm not sure if Andy's noticed yet that I actually put in blowing his nose on the audio. Just a little punishment for myself there.
I was just going to say, Owen, I just looked on the Facebook page because I just wanted to see what it looked like, and the art is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic.
I especially like McTavish. That looks amazing.
Oh yes, yeah. He's actually based on a cat of mine that ran away a few years ago called Johnny Cash.
Aww.
And the captain, Horatio, is based on my cat, Ernie.
Aww. So obviously you've got to be a big cat fan.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, if you ever base the character off my cat, can you please make sure it walks the plank?
These are nice. These are nice pirates. Well, some of them are nice. There are baddies in there.
Spoilers. We haven't got that far yet. But no, that's good to know. That we have. You've got to have the baddies as well, haven't you?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. And then Jamie may be able to use one of the baddies when he's recording his next podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. This is an amazing segue.
It's like professionals talking,
I mean, the three of us are like professionals. It's amazing.
Yeah, just not a podcaster. Well, for me.
I just laugh and hope that people like it. So, Jamie.
Well, yeah, it's quite a new adventure for us. We've just finished recording episode 11, but obviously that's not what's out yet. I believe it's episode 9 that comes out this week. My podcast is called Superhero Bar Fight. Working with the guys over at Thorskin Podcast. It's basically a weekly show. It's about 20 minutes long, roughly. And me and my buddy Tom, we pick a character each. One's a good guy, one's a bad guy. We discuss who would win in a bar fight. It's not quite as thought-provoking and as inspiring as your comic, but, it's good fun.
Do you know what, though? Because you're not really, you're kind of underselling it a bit because it is such a funny podcast because I do listen every time it drops.
So much fun with it. My mate Tom, the man's voice is incredible. Like all the voiceover stuff you hear at the start and everything, that's all Tom.
Yeah, I was going to ask which of you was that.
It's all Tom. His voice is just amazing. Like every week we'll record an episode. Like I'll send you the previously bit stick on the start. I was like, okay. Then he sends it in every time. I'm pissing myself laughing. The one covering the Hermione versus Magneto episode, I could not stop laughing.
Yeah, that's your recent one, isn't it? The one that's just dropped.
Yeah, and Hermione decided to fuck off. I was dying. Absolutely dying. But no, I've loved podcasting. Years ago, I had my own podcast, and called My Favourite Things. And I loved the concept behind it, but one, booking guests is a pain in the ass.
Yes, I know. Not meaning you two, but yes, I know.
And my laptop was a piece of shit. So it was like, I'd be listening to it and all of a sudden the audio would cut out and I was like, for God's sake. and I was doing it on my own. It's not as fun when you're on your own.
No, it's like, I've obviously referenced it many times before, but yeah, I started this one on my own initially, just having like different guests every week. And like you said, it is so hard when you rely on that. It is so hard to get guests every week because you find yourself sometimes double booking someone, and then you're like, oh my God, I've now got to upset somebody, and it's like, oh my God, I didn't mean to do it, But
I loved doing it though, but I ended up dropping it because just too much hassle. I was upsetting myself over it too much, as daft as that sounds.
Not really.
But that passion was always there. I always wanted to do it. And then when I went to Hollywood Babylon earlier in the year, I met Alex from Thorskin.
Yep.
And we were just chatting, started listening to their show and whatnot. And he put a post up and he was like, I really want to bring back this old segment we used to do. Is anyone interested in podcasting? And then former guest of your show and, the messiah of UK podcasting, Ben Gummery, got involved. I was like,
yes,
Jamie, this guy's looking for a podcast. I was like, ooh. I messaged Alex and he gave me a call and he was like, right, this is what I want. The rest, you do it. So it's nothing like the show they originally came out with. But by God, I love it so much.
Yeah, it is. It is really funny. And like, sometimes you think, oh, it's only 20 minutes, but it's like a fun-filled packed 20 minutes. So
out of that 20 minutes, I think about 5 of it is spent discussing the fight.
yeah, exactly.
Because, Superhero Podcast is sponsored by Digression, as we like to say, because we just go off on tangents half the time.
I know Digression, he's a good lad.
He is, yeah, he sponsors our show, yeah.
Yeah, Di's a good lad.
I think I might have to make a little character now.
I'm Digression, I am.
And you're voicing the character, sir.
It's a tidy conversation, isn't it?
Oh, I love it so much. We have great fun, so much singing on it is...
Yeah.
I was going to say, you've already told me you want me to do an Enrique Iglesias karaoke in Birmingham this weekend.
Yes. I just think that would be really funny to just to go and find a karaoke bar and, just sing also Foo Fighters' Hero as well.
So that's the problem. We've just recorded episode 11 and we're already struggling for songs with Hero in the title now. We're just going to have to start rehashing them.
I think that's all right. I think it's okay to bring it back. You could go, don't call it a comeback.
It's not a bad idea.
And yeah, I just did do the hand gestures for no reason. Because I'm that cool. How do you, because obviously, you're within the Thorskin podcast, and it is so hard to say that without sounding like it's supposed to sound. So basically people have got to, people, if they want to go and listen, just subscribe to the Thorskin podcast.
Subscribe to Thorskin. And listen to their show as well, obviously, because Alex and the boys are great fun. They've dropped some amazing episodes of Eric Fluger, the guy who did the artwork for a lot of the artwork for Hollywood Babylon, their colouring book.
Yes.
The man's brain when it comes to Star Wars. Oh, it sounds weird to say you want to kiss a man's brain, but I do.
I haven't listened to those episodes yet because I haven't had. I haven't had a long journey yet, so obviously that will be something that I listen to when I'm travelling up to Birmingham. So
yeah. Well, I absolutely love it. But as I touched on Ben Gummery a minute ago, I think we need to bring up you and him talking about me in that podcast movie he made.
Yeah, I was going to go on to that as well. Yes, because Owen, I don't know if you know, but we are amongst the famous right now.
I've heard about Ben's movie, but I haven't seen it yet.
Well, it's really, really good. It's called One Voice, One Mic, isn't it?
I always get that the wrong way around myself, don't worry.
I do too. But yes, and Jamie was a guest star on this documentary. How did you get involved in all of that?
I started talking to Ben a few years ago now through the World of Kevin Smith group on Facebook.
Yeah.
And obviously he started making his movie, put a post up and he's like, I'm looking for people to give us footage for the movie. other podcasters, podcast fans, whatever. So I sent him a message and I was like, mate, I'll do anything to give you a hand. Obviously, I used to be a podcaster. I'm a massive podcast fan. Whatever you want, just let me know. So he sent me this very professionally made like PDF files. Like, I require this in this setting, in this background. I'd like these topics covered. I was like, this man's a professional. I like this. So he probably doesn't realise what you're going to get when he asks it from me. So yeah, I basically waited for the wife to be out of the house one day because, you know, I get very shy doing these things. Set up my phone and just recorded and just answered all of his questions. And by the time I'd finished it, I was like, wow, Jamie, you can waffle on talking to yourself in a camera.
It's good, though. It really is. And he used quite a lot of your footage as well, didn't he?
To me, he was like, I've used quite a lot of your footage. I was like, really? I was like, I'm not even a podcaster. He was like, yeah, no, but I liked what you said. And he was like, after he had his first screening, he was like, this isn't a funny film, but there's a one laugh in this film and it's from something you said. And I was like, what the hell did I say? I genuinely could not remember what I said because I'd recorded it ages before he released it. And then I watched it back and then it all came flooding back to me.
And what was that line, Jamie?
I believe it was along the lines of, you can have a podcast about anything. Star Wars, movies, wiping your own arse.
Wiping bums, I think you actually said, but yeah.
So yeah. Then I have the knowledge of a whole cinema full of people watch me say, wiping your own arse podcast on big screen.
Do you know, in some ways, it's a shame you weren't there to hear the reaction of somebody saying that.
I just got up and started bowing to everyone.
I would have totally done the same. Yeah, I have to have a word with Ben though. So the next recording, there was far too many men. I think a female podcaster needs to be on the next one. What do you think?
Oh yeah.
I can think of one or two I'd include.
Yeah. I hope I'm one.
You've got your opportunity to shine with Kev Heads coming up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cheap plug for you there, Ben. But it was great. I was not expecting to see myself in it so much. I was just sat there watching it with a wife and I was like, this is amazing, but so cringy.
Yeah, I think it is really well put together and everything that everybody said was relevant to podcasting. You know, like you said that obviously you were more like a fan, but it was quite fun to actually hear from a fan's point of view.
Yeah.
What you get out of podcasting.
Yeah. I'd like to offer that perspective that I was a podcaster at one point. Don't get me wrong, I was far from a popular or known podcaster, but, you know, I had good fun doing it. And, you know, that experience there, which is what it's about, because, you know, none of us are professionals when we start out or anything. You get these people with, you know, all their sponsors and whatnot nowadays, but let's be honest, most of the podcast people sit there with their mates with a microphone.
Exactly. I know that's what we do, so yeah.
Well, I'm the same way with the comic. I never expected anybody to really read it properly and get involved in it, but I did it purely for myself.
Yep.
Purely to sort of get my own creative juices flowing, if you pardon the phrase. You know,
That isn't it?
it's about, pardon the phrase, it's about pleasing yourself.
Yep, definitely.
Which I'm very good at.
So please yourself, you know. Go right ahead, please yourself.
I definitely took that in the way that I hope it was intended.
Sometimes it's good to just have that creative freedom. It's like with Barfight, I look at the numbers and, you know, it's only 50 listeners, but, you know, I don't care. As long as people are enjoying it and I get this creative freedom, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what you do it for, isn't it? You do it as yourself, to pleasure yourself. And if anyone wants to observe me pleasuring myself, then that's great.
He records with candles and lube. I always think of like the, say, 40 or 50 people as double that because, you know, I count them in earlobes.
That's great. I like that.
Yeah. So we got thousands. We haven't got thousands, but you know, still, I won't keep that bit in though, because you know we have to, you know, keep a reality. Want people to think we're so fantastic that they need to come swarming over to us or swimming over to us like salty tadpoles. Yeah, you were both raving about that yesterday in the message, weren't you? The name Salty Tadpoles.
Yeah, it's absolute quality.
Yeah,
it is quality.
It's like perfect for us as well because we're Salty Tadpoles as well. You know, it's not just you guys. Obviously, it's All of us are. So
Yeah, we're all stuck in some massive pond somewhere,
yeah.
swimming around together in some gelatinous blob. I'm not sure where I was going with that for a second,
But
but
it sounded beautiful.
it's one hell of a metaphor.
It was.
You can tell I'm a writer.
Yes, I think that might be. I don't know that I can say. Oh, this is going to be a Gemma doesn't fuck up.
Can't edit it.
No, I won't. I don't ever edit out my Gemma does fucks up. But
It's gelatinous.
gelatinous.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay, I've forgotten what the second word was, but you know what? I'm going to be editing this anyway. But yeah, I think that might be an episode title. You never know.
Gelatinous blob.
What an episode title, though.
Thanks, I think.
Featuring. Oh, dear. Another thing that I actually asked you both as well, because I don't get the opportunity to talk about music very often. It's only because it just doesn't come up. But I said to you both to come to the show with 3 of your favourite either bands or music artists. And I just wondered if you wanted to share.
I will happily share.
Okay, Jamie, you can go first.
Should we go from 3 to 1? Let's do a countdown. In number 3, I don't know if you ever heard of them. They're more of a prog band from Cambridge. The singer is from. They're called Porcupine Tree.
Yes, I've heard of them.
Yep, I know them. I've seen them live at least twice, I think.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful! I absolutely love Porcupine Tree. Obviously, Stephen Wilson's done his own solo stuff and whatnot, but I do like that. But for me, it's Porcupine Tree. I absolutely love them. I've seen them live a few times myself. But considering the other sort of music I listen to, it's very different. But I absolutely love it. It's just so relaxing and lovely. It's just when you're stressful at work, it's like, let's put on some Porcupine Tree and just chill out.
Yeah. I think I saw them headlining with 9 Inch Nails one year. Possibly. Not headlining, sorry, supporting.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm just, yeah. I expect you to jump into my memory and, like, work it out for me.
Haven't quite developed to that power yet.
So should we all do our 3s and then go back in the circle and do 2 and 1?
Sounds good.
Yeah?
Well, my third choice is another British band who are sadly about to split up. They're called the Lounge Kittens.
Oh, well, I've never actually heard of them, but sad that they're about to split up.
All women that sing like lounge music cover songs.
Yes.
Yes, I know of them. Yes.
Yeah, they're 3 young ladies from London, got together at Southampton University, and to tie back in with my comic, they are the inspiration behind the kittens themselves.
Ah, awesome.
So each of the kittens has got a specific colour, and that matches the colour of the actual lounge kittens here themselves. So basically what they do is they take rock songs and pop songs and they turn it on its head completely. So you've got Marilyn Manson, Slipknot, they do Rammstein, Prodigy, Usher, all sorts of different versions of different songs. Just the 3 of them singing and a piano, and it is just so good.
They're really talented. I remember hearing them a while back.
They've played Download a couple of times. They play Glastonbury almost every year. They opened for Limp Bizkit 1 year at Sonosphere, I think. They sort of came on and did their version of Rollin'.
Oh, amazing.
It's absolutely fantastic.
I remember I went to go see them at Download, but they clashed with another band I really wanted to see, so I ended up missing them, but I remember them being there.
They do clash with an awful lot of good bands. I think it was Steel Panther a couple of years back, around the same time as
Probably
them.
who it was then, yeah.
Yeah. And they've toured with Steel Panther.
Oh, that's pretty awesome, isn't it, really? I love going to Download Festival as well. So it's quite cool because it sounds like we're definitely all metalheads here. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do like a few other sort of sub-genres and things like that, but, yeah, it's, metal most of the time.
Yeah, my music taste is very eclectic, but sometimes it's easy to just say rock and metal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, although once before in a sort of job interview, somebody happened to ask me, I think it was because I was going to Download Festival and I had to sort of say that I had holiday books and things like that. So I was like, I like rock music. I was like, I don't really want to say in an interview. Yeah, I love heavy metal. I love worshipping the devil, kind of thing. I thought, it's probably not a good idea. So yes, I chickened out. I feel like I betrayed my roots though.
Well, somebody's got to betray the roots,
Yeah. Well, my third artist is a band called Bad Wolves. Have you ever heard of them?
No, never heard of them.
Not heard them, no.
No? Okay. Well, they come from America, and they basically the way that I was introduced to them was that they did a cover of Zombie. Yeah, that's the one.
It's like Dolores O'Riordan's Come Back from the Dead.
Yeah. Well, she was actually, because it was before before she actually passed away, so she was actually in the video, and she was a gold person. Anyway, but it was like a rock and roll, well, not rock and roll, it was a heavy metal version of Zombie, and it is really good. And basically, when they found out that is it Dolores, isn't it, for the lead singer?
Yeah.
Yeah, when she passed away, they actually donated all of the proceeds of the money that they made from that single to her sort of friends and family and like her charity and things like that, which I thought was really lovely. But also, it was just the fact that, like also with their music as well as a separate thing, they are really, really good. They're kind of a bit like Five Finger Death Punch kind of ish in sound.
I don't mind a bit of Five Finger Death Punch.
No, I like them. I like the lead singer's voice, definitely.
Dude, I love that. Like, you hear a cover song randomly and you're like, I'm going to go down the rabbit hole on this one. Let's see what their actual stuff is like. And it is really good. And you're like, this is a great band. What a discovery.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is how I kind of like, discussing music and like kind of finding out about new bands and things like that. But I love, like you just said, when you sort of stumble upon something and you almost trip and fall into it, and it's, it is a lot of fun doing it that way, I think. Sorry, I didn't mean to sigh at the end there.
Oh, these two.
Well, if I can just do a little shameless plug, I've recently started writing for a rock website, all about the rock.co.uk.
Ah, awesome!
And
yes,
just doing sort of album reviews and interviews with people and that. And there's two bands that I've reviewed this year that I'd never heard of before, and I think are fantastic. One of them is a Brazilian rock metal band called Vikram. Vikram.
Okay.
So definitely check them out. And one is a Finnish all-girl band called the Barbecue Barbies.
Oh,
Right.
that sounds fun.
they just sound fantastic. And I'd never heard of either band beforehand, but I got their album and second listen, I was a fan.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, I think you're going to have to send me these written down so that I can investigate.
Oh, yes, no problem.
Yeah, because I won't forget because obviously I will be listening. But, yes, I do have a tendency. But yeah, it's quite nice because, like, obviously I range between, like, podcasts and music in the car. And, so it's always fun.
I love the process of just speaking to people who've got a different take on music and finding out what they like.
Yeah.
Then going and listening to myself and thinking, shit, they were right. This is brilliant. I love that whole approach to music, and having mates who've got really wide tastes in music is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing is, as well, it's like you almost like can secretly judge them if you really think it's crap as well.
That's a very in-depth look into your psyche there, Gemma.
It definitely is. No, just everyone's got different tastes, haven't they? But yeah, I'm always open. I was going to say open to new experiences, but I gotta be careful how I say things. I say things in such innocence, and then it just comes out the wrong way. Oh dear, you can't take the dirty out of the girl. Moving on. Jamie, what's your number 2?
Well, my number 2, they're quite in the news at the moment because they've decided to tear up a contract where they said they were never going to play together again, and then because money, they are now. So that's Motley Crue.
Oh, Motley Crue are going back together, are they?
Yeah, they did a contract in, I think it was 2014, saying we're never going to tour again. This is us done now. And then they released The Dirt, which is incredible, on Netflix. And now they've gone, oh, do you know what? All these people want to see us play live. Let's get back together. I was like, really?
Yeah,
I love you dearly, but...
It's just because that film is so good.
Yeah.
I don't like Motley Crue at all. I think they're shit. I never got into that hair metal bullshit of the late 80s, early 90s. But was it Into the Dirt, whatever it's called, is such a stupendously good
It's an incredible film.
Rock film. It's like Spinal Tap. This is Spinal Tap. It's the modern version of that.
The only thing that annoys me about that film is the end, because it's just... They miss out so much.
Yeah.
Where is this film? Because I've not heard about it, so...
It's on Netflix, yeah.
Ah, I need to investigate in that now.
Have you heard of the musician Machine Gun Kelly?
No. Do you know what? That rings a bell, but I can't think. I'm going to have to Google it, but you tell us about it. And
He's like a rapper, but he plays Tommy Lee in it, and he is Tommy Lee. It's quite scary.
Yeah.
It is really quite scary how much like Tommy Lee he is. But yeah, I saw him in 2015. I think was the last time I saw him, was 2016, and I love this band. I love Vince Neil. Vince Neil's solo record is one of my favourite albums of all time. But by God, he just needs to stop.
yeah,
He can't sing anymore. So
that's it, isn't it? It's like, I used to, well, I kind of still do, but I've got fondness for like Meatloaf and things like that. But God, if you could hear him sing now, his voice has completely gone to shot, or to shit, really. So
I'm not going to insult the guy. It happens with age. He's been singing for that years. It's going to happen, but you need to know when to say stop.
Exactly.
Well, the same thing happens now with Dave Coverdale from Whitesnake.
Oh, really?
He's touring again next year, and I saw him at Download a few years back, and he was miming. He couldn't sing.
Aww.
And it's like, I'm sorry, mate, just give it up. You've been in the industry for 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
Have a rest.
Just accept,
He's got to have all the money now, surely.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. Like, even if he's had a crazy drug-filled life, he's still got to have quite a good nest egg still behind him, I imagine, at this point.
He is not short of a bob or two, that's for certain.
Yeah, definitely.
Quite happy if you could at least lend me a tenner, let's put it that way.
I think I'd probably ask for a bit more than a tenner, but yeah. But, yeah, Motley Crue, I am a fan of Motley Crue as well, but, yeah, when I saw what was then their last tour, and watching like Tommy Lee going through the audience on a like roller coaster playing the drums. I don't know if that happened at the show that you saw.
The last time I saw him was at a festival, so no, but I've seen clips.
Oh, okay.
Like that.
Yeah, and it was literally like this roller coaster up in the ceiling kind of thing. He was literally going up and down, like literally as a roller coaster does, but obviously very slowly.
Yeah.
But he was still playing the drums the whole way through, and I thought it was really impressive, actually.
But him and Nicky are still on top form.
Yeah.
They're absolutely amazing. But Vince, sorry, mate, call it quits now.
Yeah.
Mick Mars has been injured since before he even started with Motley Crue. He's got like a spinal problem. So the fact they're dragging him back out again, I'm like, let the man rest.
Yeah. He should join Spinal Tap.
Literally, when I saw him, I went with my mate and I was just looking at Mick Mars and I kept looking at him and I was like, ow, my back. Can I get off the stage now? Ow. Because he's just stood there haunched over playing, and I'm like, come on, let him have some rest, will you?
Yeah.
Don't drag him back out.
Poor thing.
But I'm going to see Motley Crue's other singer next month, so that's going to be good fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Who's that then?
John Corabi, they did one album with him.
Oh, okay.
And he's doing like a solo acoustic tour, and I'm going to that, so that's going to be amazing.
Awesome. I hope you have lots of fun with that.
Oh, I shall.
Yes. Lots of drinking too. And Owen, your number 2?
My number 2 is everybody's favourite German industrial metal band, Rammstein.
Ah,
Hey.
the Nazi band Rammstein.
New album does not get enough credit.
I love the new album.
It is incredible.
I absolutely love it. I think it's the best thing they've ever done. Some of the songs on that new album are just mind-blowingly brilliant in my opinion.
Yeah.
I find myself quite often just walking down the road going, Roddy.
The band are more than just their music. They've got a whole ethos to everything behind them. So they're live shows. Hopefully you've both seen them live.
I haven't, unfortunately.
There's fire and fireworks, and I saw them about 6 years ago, and they had dolls' heads that had lasers in their eyes. And just amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I've heard that it's an amazing show performance because I was going to go and see them at Sonosphere, and unfortunately I really couldn't make it. It was due to, I don't know, money or something like that, I think, at the time. But yeah, I had to sell my ticket, but I was absolutely devastated. It was either that or Sonosphere got cancelled. It was one of the two, that they are definitely on my bucket list of bands that I want to see live.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate to say I've got tickets to go to their Cardiff gig next year.
Oh, have you got a spare?
No, sorry.
So rude. It's rude, isn't it?
I bought 6.
We've known each other an hour now, Owen.
Yeah, I'll just tell my brother and his fiancée they can't go.
That's fine. Well, I mean, one of them can. I'm only one person.
I don't want to go too.
Oh, sorry, Jamie.
Yeah.
Right, fine. I'll get them on the black market.
Yes.
Yeah. Also known as eBay.
£750.
Yes.
Be careful on eBay. I've been screwed on eBay a couple of times.
Oh, yeah.
I bought tickets for the Reading Festival about a decade ago, and they just never turned up.
Oh.
And eBay said, "Oh no, you bought them too long ago. You're not going to have any money back." And I was down about 500 quid.
Ow.
Oh.
So that hurt.
Yeah, that
a lot.
That is not good at all. But yeah, I am usually quite wary of eBay, especially with tickets and things like that. But it's also more the fact that people are there and they're selling them. Like a ticket costs £300. Ticket costs £30, and they're trying to sell it for 300. Because it's sold out, and it's like, no, I'm not going to give you 100% more.
I've never understood ticket scalpers. Why would you go to a gig if you don't have a ticket?
Exactly. Exactly.
And I want to buy a ticket. I already brought one on the website before I came here, because I'm not going to leave the house without a ticket yet.
Yeah.
Although, sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, the only tickets I've ever sold are ones that I couldn't go to myself.
Yeah.
And I don't try and profit from them dramatically. Maybe a couple of quid here or there, but
even then you sell them online. You don't stand outside the gig that you were going to originally go to and try and fuck them in the queue.
But you know what? I've got a story that actually it works out in my favour. That one of the touts was outside of a it was it was 9 Inch Nails that I'd gone to see, and all of a sudden I'm normally really fantastic in the crowd, but where I was stood, the crowd really surged forward, and for some reason, all of a sudden, I just started having a panic attack, and I needed to get out. And that's completely unlike me, because I usually am jumping around with everybody. So basically, what I did was I went out of the front of the building, and then when I'd calmed down, I then tried to get back in. And the guy turned around to me and was like, "No, you can't come back in," because it was a no entry, after you've been in already, it was no entry, re-entry sort of thing. Nice. So I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I've got like an hour or so that I have to stand out here now. And luckily one of the ticket tout guys was there, and he said, "Look here," and he just gave me a ticket.
Oh, that's good.
I said, I've got no money, because that's, he obviously approached because he heard. And he said, "No, that's fine. You just take it." So I could actually get back in and enjoy myself. But, so that is one absolutely rare occasion that has sort of worked in my favour, but they also do get on my nerves as well. So, but I do keep that guy in the back of my head, at times, and I'm probably a little bit more polite to them because of that one guy, if you know what I mean. But yeah, he made my night, so. What a very nice man. Mr. Toutman. Mr. Toutman, be
Oh, Tout. You remember that?
Remember what?
Tout.
No.
It was like a social media thing. It was a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay. No, I don't remember it.
No, okay. Don't know. Tangent. Edit that
Don't edit it at all.
No, yes. Or you can edit that and move it around. Well, we'll see. My number 2 is... So it's a really tricky one, actually, because I'm sort of torn, really. I'm going to have to make a decision. I might have to sit here for a second.
Dip dog shit.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm about to do. Oh, I'm going to go for it. My number 2 is Tool.
You can't have Tool for number 2.
Oh, okay, they're not then. They're number...
Because they're my number 1.
Okay, so my number 1 is Tool. Does that mean I can't have them full stop? Because, do you know whose podcast this is? I'm joking.
I'm the boss around these parts.
Okay.
No wonder James and Andy can't be here tonight.
Okay, my number 2 then in that case is Rob Zombie.
Hey.
Yeah. I fucking love Rob Zombie. He's an amazing...
He's my number 4, so...
Yeah. And, I've loved him from sort of day one, going to metal nightclubs and writing as drunk as possible, Dragula, trying to make it small writing, but actually it's the size of the actual paper and they can't read it. But, it was, I really liked him and to London and actually watched him perform, and stage performance wise is amazing again.
Amazing. I've seen him twice.
Yeah. I think I've seen him about twice or 3 times, one of the two. And he actually came out into the crowd, and me and my friend are actually really close to him, and we're like, oh my God. I think we actually girlied out a little bit, which I guess we're allowed. We are girls, but we are normally pretty cool and do funny little dances because, like, everyone's sort of rocking out to heavy metal, doing the usual head banging and kind of thing. Me and her are usually dancing like we're in a nightclub because it's really fun.
Oh. I've got to be honest, I don't get Rob Zombie at all.
Okay, well, that's all right.
I don't know why people think he's good.
Because he is.
Oh, in that case.
No, I do. I like his voice and his, like, persona, I guess, and everything like that, so.
Yeah, I've seen him twice. Both were quite a fun experience. The first time, he couldn't get the stage show into the building.
Oh, okay.
Because the doors are too small and whatnot. He was like, we planned this massive stage show, we can't do it because we can't fit it all in, so have some extra songs. I was like, okay, Mr. Zombie. That's fine by me. And the second time was with the Twins of Evil tour with Marilyn Manson.
Yes, that was the one that I
needed some Rob Zombie after that Marilyn Manson performance. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Someone else that just needs to give it up.
Yeah, definitely. Did he tour with Ozzy Osbourne as well?
I think he did back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if he did over here.
Oh, okay, because I thought that there was a recent thing that recent in the last 10 years sort of thing.
To be fair, it could have been. I barely remember yesterday.
Ah, okay.
I didn't go to it if there was.
No, because I remember Ozzy Osbourne being, going to see him, and I remember being like, oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie, and I definitely was not there for Marilyn Manson. No.
Ozzy and Rob Zombie toured in 2001, apparently.
Ah, okay, cool.
Something called the Merry Mayhem Tour.
Yes, that was it. Yeah.
Google is my friend.
He is. Google is amazing. I do think of Google as a man, because he knows quite a lot.
Because he never shuts up.
Well, that too, but yeah, I do find that, men tend to restore more information about certain things, and us women kind of don't, Not all the case, but I definitely notice it. So it's like you two were sort of giving the background of your first artist, and I was just like, yeah, they're real good.
Well, I was expecting you to say they were like a Doctor Who cover band or something called the Bad Wolves.
No. That would be quite fun, though. The Daleks. Oh, that's Gary Glitter again, though, isn't it? He did a cover song of Doctor Who.
No, he did Doctor in the TARDIS, is what you're thinking of.
Ah, okay.
From the 80s, that's not Gary Glitter, thankfully.
Okay.
I'm not going to sing it.
Doctor Who, hey, Doctor Who.
That's the one.
God's sake.
Don't worry. If ever there needs to be singing, I'm here all night, lads.
I can't say anything there. I think I've sang about 3 times on this one alone.
Yeah. I love singing. I don't care.
Oh, I do. I can't do it for shit, but I enjoy it.
So, Jamie, you're number 1.
My numero uno. My favourite band in the whole wide world. I've been a fan since I was 2.
Okay.
My mum has recollections of showing me videos of them and everything. I've been obsessed since I was 2 years old. And they are on their last ever tour now. It is actually their last ever tour. And that's Kiss.
Ah, okay.
I get a lot of stick for being a massive Kiss fan, but
That's fair enough.
As you should. As you should.
but no, I absolutely love them.
Yeah.
They're my favourite ever.
Have you ever dressed up in the Kiss Army makeup?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
2 or 3 times. Yeah.
Ah, awesome. Which one do you dress up as?
It's a bit hard now because I've got a beard. But back in the day, I've done Peter Criss, the drummer. I've done Paul Stanley before, and I've done the Demon before. I've done 3 of them. I've done 3 out of the 4.
Yeah. Well, I think you need to shave your beard off and then do the 4th.
No, I can't shave my beard off. I look like a 9-year-old girl without a beard.
Fair enough.
I have to confess, I have done the Kiss makeup as well.
Yeah.
I was Peter Criss. That was at Download. God, that must be years ago.
I think it was 2009 when they were there.
Yeah, they headlined Friday night.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Lost Prophets headlined the Sunday night, but we won't go there because...
Oh, no.
Yeah. But Ace Frehley was there as well the same night. This is the day after, I think.
Yeah, it was a day.
Yeah.
And Ace Frehley was better, in my opinion.
Ace was brilliant that day. The only thing that annoyed me is he did most Kiss songs. I'm like, you have a great catalogue of solo stuff. Play your own stuff.
Yeah.
You know, my confession is I'm not a massive Kiss fan, to be honest. I like their probably their popular songs, but I wouldn't go out and buy them. So again, that's just my opinion on it. So
They're special to me at the minute because my young daughter's got into them as well.
oh, how old is she?
She's 8.
8. Ah, cool.
And we watched the Scooby-Doo and Kiss film, and she's obsessed with them now. I took her to see them at the start of the year. She's obsessed. She's got just as bad as me now. So.
Well, here's a tip for you, Jamie. Get on the Kiss comics.
Yes, she's already asked about them. I've got a big pile of Psycho Circus comics upstairs. I'm going to get them down for her.
At a Comic-Con earlier this year, I met a lady called Amy Chu who did a lot of the artwork for the comics.
That name rings a bell to me.
I've got 2 comics sat on my table right now that she signed for me. Both Kiss comics.
Oh, nice. So you told me I should be ashamed of loving them, and you've got 2 Kiss comics, and you've worn Kiss makeup.
I'm very complicated.
It's basically like if I'm not actually doing it, then you know, like if you're doing something different to what I'm doing, it's not cool.
I can appreciate what they've done, and they're very good at writing a catchy song, shall we say. But they don't instill the love that I have for other bands. Like my number 1 is Tool, and the love I have for them is to my core. You know.
Yeah.
From the first time I think I heard Schism was the first song of theirs I heard, which I know is quite late coming to the Tool army, but
No, fair enough.
everything about them is just intricate and detailed and deep, and every time I listen to a song I hear something different. It's absolutely incredible. And the new album, Fear Inoculum,
Oh my god, that's amazing.
just brilliant.
Yeah, it's like I get butterflies anytime I know that a new Tool album is coming out because I know it's going to be amazing. And it's like the fact that they use thunder and lightning effects to make a song, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes even the intermission one that goes doo 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 doo. I kind of did that off tune a little bit, but I love that. You know, it's so
Sound like
stupid.
Skype calls and music to me, but okay.
Well, yeah, it is, but yeah, I definitely didn't do it justice. But everything about them is amazing.
Yeah, I think Numa, which is the second track off the new album, I think that is my favourite song in the last easy 20 years.
Yeah.
Since some of the early Pearl Jam stuff, which it's even longer ago, isn't it? When was 10 released? 91? So yeah, 28 years.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard anything that connects with me more than Numa does. It's brilliant.
I absolutely love that band so much. But I have very graciously given that band to you, and I've taken it away from myself. And my last but not least band is Opeth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, there's not many bands out there that you can have like a 15-minute track is just one song, you know. They are so impressive, and I just absolutely love them. I can't really say any more than that, really, but, you know, it's like Blackwater, I think it was Blackwater Park.
Blackwater Park, yeah.
Yeah, that was the first album that I went into, and I remember hearing Bleak for the first time and just thinking, oh my God, it's so fantastic. Yeah, I absolutely love that band, and I think they're wonderful and fantastic and very creative, so.
Damnation is an absolute masterpiece of an album. I could listen to that album start to end over and over again.
Yeah.
Michael Akerfeld's voice is just beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous, yeah. And I've seen them a couple of times at Downloaders.
Did an album with the singer from Porcupine Tree.
Ah.
People know it. They did a collaboration on just them two called Storm Corrosion.
Oh. And This People is how it all circles back round.
Yeah, it's so good, isn't it?
You started with Porcupine Tree as your third one. I ended up with Opeth, and This People is how we do it.
Mic drop.
Yeah, mic drop moment here. Well, on that note, I think we've been talking enough Codswallop this week. I have been Gemma.
I have been Jamie.
And I've been Owen.
Thank you very much for joining me again.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The following announcement has been paid for by the Thor's Kin Podcast Network.
Hey, you, man over there. I need to ask you a question.
Okay, what do you want?
I'm the previously guy from Superhero Bar Fight.
My name's Jamie. What did you want to ask us?
Are you bored?
Why are you asking?
Bored of the same old questions such as,
if Batman fought Superman, who would win?
That's a really random question, but you do have a good point. I am a little bit bored of hearing that.
If Wolverine fought Sabretooth, who would win?
Well, I can't say I've put that much thought into it before, if I'm honest, Mr. Previously Guy.
well, wonder no more. Superhero Bar Fight, with fights such as Austin Powers versus the Juggernaut, and Emperor Zurg versus Mario. We have it all at Superhero Bar Fight, where you can have anyone fight anyone.
Okay, that sounds incredible. Where can I find this? It sounds incredible.
Superhero Bar Fight, part of the Thor's Kin Podcast Network.
Oh, it's a podcast. That makes more sense now.
You can get our podcasts wherever podcasts live.
Well, that's awesome, Mr. Previously Guy. I know what I'll be doing in a moment.